And the only way to sail through these times is by remaining hopeful. Well, we are good at it. We humans tend to remain hopeful till the end. Even when everything around us seems hopeless, we still choose hope. Like the family members of Archie Battersbee. Archie is a 12-year-old British boy. In the month of April, he was found unconscious at home. There was a cord over his head. His parents believe Archie may have been trying to do an online challenge. Like I said, he's just 12 years old. And ever since that episode in April, he's been in coma. Archie never regained consciousness. Currently, he's on life support at a hospital in East London. The doctors believe the boy is brain dead, that there's no hope for him. They want to pull the plug on Archie. His family is fighting to keep him alive. When they moved the UK's top court, it ruled in favour of the doctors. The court said life support is not in Archie's favour. His family does not agree though. They believe there's still hope that Archie will be okay. His mother claims to have proof, in fact. She has released footage of one of the medical monitors. The family claims the video is proof that Archie is still breathing. Does that mean the medical staff are wrong? It's highly unlikely. Why will a doctor not want to save a patient, and that too a 12-year-old boy? This is one of those stories where there's no villain. It's a story of medicine versus hope. What's practical versus what may apparently seem otherwise. Doctors think pulling the plug is practical. The UK Supreme Court says even with continued treatment, Archie would die in the next few weeks from organ failure. There's quote-unquote no prospect of any meaningful recovery. No prospect of any meaningful recovery, that is the top court's verdict. But how do you tell that to a parent, to a mother? There will always be prospect, there will always be hope. Archie's family is knocking on the doors of the European Court of Human Rights. Back in London, the hospital could pull the plug on Archie any time now. Should they wait a little longer? Are they being too hasty? After all, it's just been 3 months since Archie has been unconscious. People have been on life support for years, and many have woken up after that. You may have heard of Munira Abdullah, the UAE woman who met with an accident in 1991. She was on her way to pick up her son from school. Her car collided with a bus. She suffered a severe brain injury. Munira was in coma for a full 27 years. In late 2018, she began regaining consciousness. You see, miracles do happen. Prayers are answered. It's impossible to predict whether someone will survive a coma. Does that mean we should be allowed to write off the prospect? In 2013, an American man woke up after spending 19 years in coma, 19. In comparison, Archie has not even spent 19 months on life support. Maybe the doctors are right. Maybe in Archie's case, medicine has reached its limit. But there is always something beyond the limits of medicine, and that is hope. Maybe tomorrow there's a new technology, a new scientific breakthrough that helps Archie recover. And maybe there won't be any such miracle. But until then, what's the rush? At what point should you be allowed to decide that's it? At what point should humans be allowed to pull the plug? Never, says Archie's mother.
I promised Arch, the same with his dad, that we'll fight till the bitter end, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to fight for the right for my son to live.
What about Archie's right to life? The court is supposed to guarantee it. In Britain, where cases like these emerge, where parents and doctors can't seem to agree on the treatment of a child, the court gets the right to decide. It's supposed to decide what's best for the child. In this case, the court has decided to pull the plug. They believe that is best for Archie. They want the 12-year-old to have a dignified death. But you know what they say? There is no worse death than the end of hope. Like I said, there is no villain in this story. No one's wrong, really. The doctors know the limit of medicine. The courts want what's best for the boy. The mother wants to give her child his chance to live. She believes that her son is resilient, that he can fight off this coma. He can regain consciousness. The mother has hope that her child will live. And that, I think, is what's beautiful about us humans. Even when death is staring us in the face, we don't give up hope. We even try to fight death with hope. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.